Hi guys, in this video I will show you how to reduce the batch count of this Unity scene for improving CPU performance in games, especially for mobile games without sacrificing visual quality. Before we start optimizing, let's quickly understand what batches actually are. Every visible object needs one or more draw calls before it can be rendered. Preparing these calls is the CPU's job. Unity group compatible objects together into batches, reducing the number of draw calls the CPU has to prepare. That's why lowering the batch count often improves CPU performance. The more draw calls the CPU has to prepare, the more work it has to do, which can become a bottleneck on mobile devices. In Unity, the number of draw calls for an object generally depends on the number of meshes it has and the number of unique materials those meshes has. So reducing the number of meshes and the number of materials is one of the most effective way to lower batch count. As you can see from the game view stats, this scene currently has around 900 to 1000 batches and around 130k vertices. Let's start with the easiest optimization. First, mark every object that will never move or animate as static. Then enable GPU instancing on all compatible materials. After doing just these two things, our batch count dropped to around 386. This happens because Unity creates a single shared mesh of all static objects. If you have an object that starts out static but need to move later, you can still use this optimization. Simply mark it as static initially, then switch it back to non-static through code when it needs to move. But you will also need to restore its original mesh because the batch or shared mesh it has will not be able to move and appear static in the scene. I will explain how all this works in more detail later in the video. Once you understand the technique, you can use it to make AI to generate required code for your own project. Now let's optimize the object that can't be marked as static. First are the characters. Many of them use multiple skin mesh renderers and every renderer add extra draw calls. To fix this, I created an editor script that combines all of character skin meshes into a single skin mesh while preserving all the bones and bone weights. The script then assigns the newly created mesh back to the character. One important thing is to remember to save the generated mesh as an asset. You can easily make a simple editor tool that export the combined mesh into a folder inside your project. Next, we have moving vehicles. Since the wheels are barely noticeable, I simply combine all their meshes filters into a single mesh using another editor script. This removes several unnecessary draw calls without affecting gameplay. Finally, we have the animals. These are a bit different. Their animations don't use bones, they animate separate meshes directly. If we simply combine all the meshes into one, the animation will stop working. To solve this, I created another script that combines all the meshes into a single mesh while also creating empty transform that act as bones. Each generated bone has same name and transform as the original mesh. Then the animation drives these generated bones instead, allowing the single combined mesh to animate exactly like before. After applying all these optimizations, the batch count dropped to around 110 without any noticeable loss in visual quality. But since this is a mobile game, we can optimize it even further. One important thing to know is that real-time shadows require an additional render pass that will effectively double the number of batches. If I switch all the materials to unlit, the batch count immediately drops to just 35 and the vertex count falls from 130k to only 36k. That means we are reducing both CPU work and GPU workload drastically. Now if you target low-end devices, you can stop here, but I wanted to recover some of the visual quality lost from removing shadows. So I added screen space ambient occlusion and few lightweight post-processing effects. Bloom added 10 extra batches here, which I am happy to accept because the scene looks much better. With these effects enabled, the final result is around 72 batches and roughly 70 to 500 vertices. If performance drops on slower devices, I can simply disable ambient occlusion and the post-processing volume at runtime through a script to keep the frame rate stable. And that's how I reduced both CPU and GPU workload without compromising with the visual graphics. As for reducing RAM usage, well, that's the topic for another video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you find this helpful. Have a great day.